Let's talk fueling. Engines are happiest right at stoichiometric, and that's about 14.7 AFR in gasoline or 1.0 lambda. For fuel economy, most port-injected setups do well between 15.5 to 1 and 16.2 to 1 AFR, or roughly 1.05 to 1.1 lambda. Engines with modern, fast-burn chamber designs, they can usually tolerate leaner mixtures. But throttle body setups, they generally need to stay at stoich or a little richer. When it comes to power, modern cylinder heads usually like about 0.85 lambda, and that's 12.5 AFR on gasoline. Older heads tend to want richer mixtures. Forced induction, now that's a little bit different, and you'll run richer mainly to avoid knock. The exact target depends on the combo you have set up. But as a rule, there's rarely any benefit to going richer than 0.75 lambda or about 11 AFR. Now, fuels matter. Oxygenated fuels like Q16, E85, ethanol blends, methanol, or nitromethane all need a lot more volume compared to gasoline. So if your system lets you pick stoichiometric values, use them. If not, it's usually better to correct with injector constants or base pulse width modifiers instead of fighting with MAF or VE tables. And here's a key point. Almost every wideband sensor actually reads in lambda, then converts it to gasoline AFR on the screen. And that's fine if you're literally running gasoline. But if you're on E85, methanol, or something else, always think in terms of lambda first, then convert. For example, if you want 0.77 lambda on E85, that's going to show up as about 11.2 AFR on your gauge. Also keep in mind most pump gas in the US since 2012 has at least 10% ethanol, which puts true stoich closer to 14.1, not 14.7. On top of that, winter and summer blends, especially in colder areas, they can swing ethanol content a lot. Even octane ratings by brands can vary. If you're tuning with closed-loop O2 feedback disabled, make sure the tune is close enough so that when you turn closed-loop back on, the ECU doesn't have to make massive corrections. That means shooting for about 14.7 AFR, 1.0 lambda, in areas where closed loop normally operates. And finally, get fueling around idle as smooth as possible in open loop. Don't depend on closed loop to babysit your idle, otherwise you'll constantly be fighting stability issues. Alright, that's it for fueling basics. Stay tuned for ignition.